Hello, Art Explorers. Today we are making a positive and negative piece of artwork. If you stopped at the library, you will find a small piece of black paper and a large piece of white paper. So if you picked up a kit from the library, a couple things that you'll still need are a pair of scissors, a glue stick or glue, a pencil, and any sort of black marker, or you can use a skinny permanent marker or a fat permanent marker or a pen. That's up to you and what you can find in your house. Alright, Art Explorers, as we get started, you can feel free to make any design you want. What we are trying to do today is, if you look at this one that I finished, this is the small black piece of paper that you have in your kit. See? Right in the middle. So what I did is I drew some shapes, and then we're going to cut them out, and then we're going to flip them so they go on the outside. You can make any sort of shapes you want, but I'm going to do something similar to this so you can try that first. The first thing I'm going to do is use my pencil, and I'm going to draw the shapes that I'm going to be cutting out. So I'm going to keep with the leaf theme, but like I said, feel free to use your imagination and do what you want to do for this. So I'm going to make a shape at the bottom, shapes that come out from the side, from the corner, the other side, maybe one small one up here. Very good. All right, so I have the drawings that I want to do today. It might be hard to see the pencil, but that's okay. You're going to see it better once I cut it out. Before I cut it out, on the side where I could see my pencil lines, I'm going to set it on my paper where I think I'm going to put it. I'm going to take my pencil really lightly, and I'm going to trace where this fits. Nice and light though, because we want to be able to erase it. And then you'll take that off and set that to the side for a second. Then we're going to take our scissors and cut out the shapes that we just created. Take your time, nice and slow, because we're going to need both sides of this for our picture. I'm going to go nice and carefully around to the points. Okay. Now that I've cut one out, so this is how I set it on my paper. When I cut this one out, I'm just going to flip it out and leave it there so I know exactly where it came from. Then I'm going to pick this up again, keep my line still facing up. I'm going to cut the next one out. Now, if you make slightly different lines as you're cutting, that's okay. That's why we use the pencil, and we could just erase those lines after. Okay, again, I'm going to set it on my box that I drew. Make sure you see the lines. This is what we just cut out. It fits there like that. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to flip it so it mirrors what we just cut out. See how the black mirrors the white. So this is our positive and negative space that we're that we're working with for this art piece. I'll pick that up. I'm gonna cut this out. Set this down. Set that in there and flip it out. The next one. Again, I'm going to match it up, match it, flip it, and set it. Okay, I've got two more. Right, set it down. This one goes this way, and then I'll flip it out. When you flip your piece and line it up, and if it's going to go outside the paper, that's okay. Mine did that too. All right, last piece. Okay. Right now, we have a positive and negative art piece. You can leave it like this and just glue down all your pieces if you like how it looks just in black and white. My example here, I picked different types of designs or shapes to fill in that space. So I'm going to continue adding to this one if anyone wants to fill in their space. But like I said, if you like it like this, just the black and white, you can keep it like that. For those of you who want to continue, I'm going to line up where that black square was, take my pencil, and I'm again going to make very light lines. This is so I know where to put all those designs and shapes when I start filling in each of these. Nice and lightly. Okay, then I'm going to take that off and I'm going to keep it the way that I can see all the pencil marks face up so I don't flip it over and forget which way it's going to be glued on. So I'm going to keep it right there, the right side facing up. Now, we can scoot these over just a little bit if you need some room. But I'm keeping them in the general area so I don't get them mixed up and have to go through and refigure out which piece is which. The nice thing though, it's kind of like a puzzle. So if they do get mixed up at all, just remember you gotta flip it back to the other side and then you could put it in your main black square and see if it fits. But for now, I'm gonna see if I could get them to stay where they are so I don't get them all mixed up. Now, as we're decorating, if you like to draw first, you can use your pencil very lightly and draw the designs that you're going to put in each one. If you like to just dive in and go for it, you can go straight in with either your pen or your permanent marker or anything that you decided to make your designs with. You can use color too if you want to. I just stuck with black and white, but you can color it in or use different color markers. It's really up to you. So I'm going to start with my permanent marker. You can pick any leaf you want. And I'm going to start with this one. Now we made our pencil lines, but what's going to go over top is just black. So when I make my designs, I don't want to just stay in those pencil lines. That way when I glue the black on top, you won't see the design end. I made these lines just to make sure we definitely fill in the whole spot. So this one I have little zigzag lines. So I want to make sure when I zigzag, I'm going to go outside the lines. That way when I glue on the black strip, there's no gaps. But I'm not going to go outside of my main black outline. Because if I drew any designs out here, you're definitely going to see that. I'm only drawing designs outside, right outside where I drew my leaves. But I'm not going outside my big square, or more like a rectangle. All right. And just like this one, we're not going to go outside this line, but I'm going to go a little bit inside that way. Now, if you go outside a little bit, remember, you have this much room. So if I did just a little bit outside on accident, that's okay, because this is going to cover it. But if I did that way over here, and I put this on, you're going to see it. Now we're going to take our eraser and erase all the lines that we outlined on the inside of our rectangle. If you use the pencil to draw in your designs first, you can make sure to get rid of any pencil that's poking through there. You can also get rid of your outside rectangle unless you want to use that for gluing so you know exactly where it goes. Once that's all erased, I'm going to just scoot my black outlines straight out from the paper so I know exactly where they go. And I'm going to dust off my paper. And set it back down. Now that you've dusted it off, you can see if there's any lines that you missed. If it's ready to go, bring back this part of your outline. Now if this has any pencil lines, you could erase that too, but you have to be very gentle so you don't break any of it. Then you want to make sure there's no eraser bits that we're going to glue. And you could just check and make sure everything fits in there. If you're missing any gaps, you could grab your permanent marker and just make sure you fill it all the way up. Just like that. Then I'm going to take this and turn it over and put the glue on the back. So if you have stick glue or regular glue, you're just going to put that on the back. Make sure you get all to the edges. And then before you push it down, line everything up exactly where you want it. Very good. Now if all of your pieces are just straight out, you can grab them and bring them closer. Or if they got mixed up, that's okay. You just treat it like a puzzle. And you're gonna find which piece fits. Oh, see, this one fits there. So I flip it and put it so it's a mirror image of this one. So it'll be like that. Now, we're gonna take our glue, and one by one, we're gonna take these, put glue on the back, line it up. Make sure you get it all the way to the edges, push that down. Next one, flip it over, get some glue on there. Line that up. Remember, you're making a mirror image. Remember, you're making a mirror image of each one. So this is going to be the opposite of this one. I'm taking it and flipping it over. So it looks like it continues on the other side. All right, Art Explorers, I hope you had a great time and your pieces came out beautifully. You used negative and positive space to create artwork. For ours, and if you followed me, we used the black rectangle and the white paper and then made designs on the inside. If you chose not to fill it in, then you just have a black and white piece. I hope you had fun and you try it again. And next time, maybe you could use 2 different colors or color it in and see how that turns out. If you make any beautiful creations and want to show them to me, feel free to take a picture and send it to the library. You could use our Facebook or our email. I would love to see them. All right, well, I'll see you next month, Art Explorers. Goodbye.